We have made it halfway through the week, everyone. I'm Taylor Gattoni, joined by Cole Engle, who made his News 10 Today at 11 debut this morning.
Crazy.
And you did an incredible job. I just
Thank
want to
you.
make that known. Yeah, you did awesome. Is there anything that you want to mention of going into your first newscast?
Well, I was going to say, I was super nervous before doing it, but you and Colin have prepped me so much to, finally do this, and I think it went really well, and pretty happy with it. I'm excited to do it again, so.
Good. Well, I think you did a great job. I know a lot of viewers out there responded to our Facebook post saying you did a great job, and so we can't wait to see you do it more because I know we were just talking about you doing it more.
Right.
But you're going to break it down right here at the
Yeah.
News 10 Plus desk.
Yeah. Looks like we actually have a little bit of sun peeping out here on the US 127 Skycam, which is brought to you by the Meridian Company Skycam Network. You can see the sun's kind of peeking out, right?
A little bit, tiny bit over there.
But yeah, that's a trend we're going to continue to see later on in the day here because we got clearing skies. You can see here, satellite and radar, we got a little bit of storm action happening to our south. Looks like Toledo, they got some storms here earlier. Just looks like a little bit of heavy rain for them right now. But do you see this, Taylor? We got a line.
That is a lot
Here we
going
go.
on. Yeah, okay,
Line of
over
clearing.
there. We like that.
So that's heading our way. And I think by the evening hours, it should be pretty clear. And I'll show you here on the hour by hour. So this is from 3:30. I already got that line of clearing setting up. But I think by the evening hours, like 6 o'clock, I think it's going to be mostly sunny for everyone. I don't even think we'll have any chances of rain at that point. Definitely a good night if you have any plans. Like if you're going to the Lugnuts game, it should be just phenomenal weather for that. Going on into later into the evening and in the overnight hours, by tomorrow, I think we're going to start off in the mid-50s. Maybe a little bit of fog like we had this morning, but if we even have that, it's going to move out pretty quickly because you notice by noon we're just clear again. But you notice temperature difference is quite a bit different. 66 degrees is what we're thinking for tomorrow at noon. So a lot cooler. It might feel a little more like the end of September.
Get that fall feel.
Right, yeah, which is a good mix-up, especially from all the heat that we saw last week. But yeah, so we have low 70s as a high for tomorrow. Again, those clear skies will be sticking around. Going into Friday here, we'll start off in the low 60s with a few passing clouds, but then we do have a few more clouds starting to move in later on the day on Friday. I think we'll have our rain chances really start to ramp up by Saturday morning. And as far as how much rain we're going to see for the next 5 days, I think everyone's going to get a really good chance to see, especially at least an inch of rain from like I-96 to the south, which is really good news for like farmers and stuff because that keeps us out of the drought category.
Yeah.
But as far as when we're going to see the most rain, you can see here Saturday definitely takes a cake as far as how much rain we're going to get. But as far as today too, and just pretty much Ohio is going to get the bulk of the rain. I don't think that rain's going to move any more north for today. But looking at the 10-day temperature trend, a little bit of a roller coaster as per usual.
Buckle your seatbelt.
Yeah, high temperature of 74 tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to feel a little more like fall tomorrow. Because I do think that humidity is going to drop quite a bit too. We do rise again into the low 80s on Saturday. But that also is accompanied with those showers and thunderstorms. And I think that's going to mostly happen in the morning hours. But after that, we're going to tumble our temperatures once again into the low 70s, and then we'll just go, by this time next week, we should be in the mid 80s. So
We're doing a lot of stair exercises here.
Yes, and a pretty typical summer, forecast. But yeah, as far as the humidity goes, we're going to feel a little bit more for a couple more hours today, but I do anticipate that to drop because we had that cold front come in today, which is knocking the humidity away with it. And then we'll see a little bit of rise in the humidity going into late Friday into Saturday when that next chance of showers and thunderstorms come in. But again, after that, that's going to knock the humidity away. And I think Sunday and even Monday should feel pretty comfortable. I don't think we're going to have much humidity.
Yeah, low dew points. We'll take that.
Yeah. But as far as this weekend goes, Saturday, I think we're going to hit 82 degrees as a high, and we'll have those showers and thunderstorms mostly in the morning, but those could linger into the afternoon hours. But Sunday is definitely the better day of the two. We're going to have mid-70s, and that sun is going to be sticking out for most of the day on Sunday. So, yeah, not too bad. And as far as the 10-day goes, after the showers and thunderstorm chance on Saturday, it's going to be pretty calm. I mean, mid-70s, a little bit cooler than average. I believe our average temperature this time of year is 81 degrees. But again, we'll take it after what
Yes.
we had last week. 'Cause
We will.
that was something else.
I'm sure a lot of people, and especially the plants, are looking for that relief in the temperatures.
Absolutely, yeah. And then looking into the rest of the 10-day takes us into the 4th of July. And it's looking pretty good as of right now. We got a high temperature of 81 on the 4th, and even the days around it, Wednesday and or Friday, it's looking like it's going to be in the mid-80s.
Yeah, we'll take that. And you did mention 4th of July, so taking a look to that weekend, you and I were talking earlier during News 10 today at 11, and I was saying, Cole, would it be a good weekend to go on the water, go take a boat ride? And you said...
Probably not.
Yes.
Well, I think Sunday, I mean, if you can tolerate, if you're not a big fan of the warmer temperatures, if you like it a little bit cooler, Sunday is probably going to be a better day. Obviously, way better than Saturday because we had those chance of showers and thunderstorms. But I do think the weekend following, I mean, it's still a little bit far out.
Right.
Looks like it might be a little bit better for those summer festivities, which is around 4th of July. So
yeah, and you're going to have a lot of people out there on the lake celebrating for the 4th.
Yep. So, but yeah, pretty typical summer forecast for you right now. So.
Yeah, anything else to keep an eye on in the forecast? So I know that you mentioned on News 10 today at 11, you mentioned some of the rain showers. And in fact, around noon, lunchtime, when we were done with the 11, I did see the rain showers. So way to forecast that. That was good. I mean, you did a great job.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about. But Saturday, you said it's going to be in the early morning. And then what time again did you say those showers are getting done?
I would say probably primarily in like the 4 o'clock range. I think that's when we're going to start to end the showers and thunderstorms. I mean, that could change, but as far as right now, that's what it's looking like. And as far as like severe weather goes, I don't anticipate a very high chance, but there is still a little bit of a chance that we could get some stronger storms on Saturday. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to look at as time goes on. So.
All right. Yeah, I know we had a lot of thunderstorms this past week, and I don't want to say a lot, but we had a few that we were keeping an eye on.
Yep. I mean, what we had yesterday in the west side of the state and what happened in Holt last week, it's been kind of an active week, active weather.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well, like Cole was saying, you could go outside this weekend on a boat, on a lake if you wanted to. Otherwise, 4th of July, Independence Day is looking good.
Looking pretty good as of right now, yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Cole, for joining.
Thank you.
And we'll expect you possibly News 10 today at 11 on Friday.
Friday. It's looking likely. I think we're going to do it then, too. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Cole, for joining.
Thank you.
We will see Cole again Friday, but you'll see Colton Sikoraki coming up 3 o'clock on Studio 10 today, followed by First at 4 in our 90 minutes of news. And then happening before that, though, for Studio 10, right, coming up at 3 o'clock. Make sure you're tuning in if you cannot watch them at 3 o'clock or you want to go back and watch anything that they've had on throughout their shows. Go to WILX Studio 10. That is their social media handle. You're seeing that for Facebook, X, which is formerly known as Twitter. You've got Instagram, TikTok, and then if you want to send them an email because you're a business and you want to advertise or sponsor with Studio 10, studio10@WILX.com is a great place to get into contact with them. Again, they get started here at 3 o'clock, so just make sure that you are tuning in for all of the fun and things to do on Studio 10. But I do have Mars Anderson next to me, who's going to be sharing what he has coming up during our 90 minutes of news. Hello, Mars.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Today was a day.
Yes, why?
It was an adventure. I got to go talk about recycling, and I got to go to a recycling facility. It was a little muddy, it was a little hot, it was a little stinky, but it was so cool to just see the work that all these people do, how they sort, the machines that kind of, well, they sort too. So it was like some super cool equipment. There was even a glass sorter robot that was there. So it was nice to see, like, there's a lot that actually goes into recycling. And the story that I'm doing today is about, you know, the state of Michigan reaching a record high of their recycling rate. They want to near a higher goal, which I believe is 30% by 2029.
Yeah.
And so then we have all of these entities in the city who, I guess we have the city of Lansing partnering with another organization who is doing that work. But then, of course, you have the city workers picking up the trash. So it's this kind of full circle moment of them being able to get this money for the city and then benefit, you know, not only just the city of Lansing, but residents who can get this service because they'll be expanding it, and then also being able to pay this local organization who is doing that work to sort the trash and selling, not trash, excuse me, the recycling, selling it to other companies so that way they can use it to make other stuff. So pretty cool.
That is really cool. And it sounds like you got to experience the whole process of that. It sounds like you've got a lot of knowledge like packed up in there from what you were seeing to the smells, to the sounds, to
Yes.
the actual process of what was happening, and then seeing like what they do with it after. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think the thing is like for maybe like you or myself, and of course we go out and we investigate a little bit, but you never really think about what that recycling process looks like once the trash leaves your home. I know in some areas they may offer recycling, but they may just be putting it in a landfill. This is that opportunity to remove all of those items from the landfill, break it down, packages up, and ship it somewhere else so that way they can make more cardboard boxes, paper towels, more bottles. Even they said jeans out of plastic. So just so interesting to see what's actually done. So it's nice to kind of provide that education to say like something is happening with that stuff that they're throwing away. And then of course they're always recommending that our viewers, you know, take that time to realize, hey, try your best to recycle as much as you can, because of course it does impact our environment.
And going from recycling to reusing,
Yes.
like you said.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Super, super cool. And I hope that they check out the story. It's at 5:30. So we'll see this facility and, you know, what's going on in there. And yeah, you may see me near some, I want to say trash because it was stinky, but some recycling. You'll see me with there.
Recycling can be stinky too.
Yes, yes, it can. It was. Let me say that. It can be and it was.
Well, News 10 at 5:30?
Yes.
All right, I'm excited to see this recycling
I'm
process.
excited to do the story. So I'm going to be working on that. And yeah, like I always say, and I always want to say, follow me at Mars on Media, Mars Anderson TV on Facebook as well.
There you go. And if you have any questions, comments for Mars regarding the story that he's working on, feel free to leave that in the chat or go to his Facebook page. And
Reach out.
yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you coming up News 10 at 5:30. Mars, thank you so much. And I'm going to share what we have coming up during our 90 minutes of news, a great little segue from Mars on over to our 90 minutes. But getting started here with First at 4. Today we are bringing the Ingham County Animal Control Shelter, Ingham County Animal Control and Shelter, there we go, mouthful, talking about Adopt a Cat Month. So this time of year, you may be going outside and seeing a lot of stray cats, right? So I know that Studio 10 typically has their Take Me Home Tuesdays every Tuesday, talking about, you know, all the cute little baby animals that you can adopt, but also not just the baby animals, you have the adult animals too that need love and attention and affection, of course. But we're talking about Adopt a Cat Month with the local shelter, Ingham County Animal Control and Shelter, there we go. And speaking on the whole purpose of reducing the cat population and doing that with such things such as trap, neuter, and release. So they have these different systems or processes that they go through, strategies you could call it, to make sure they're limiting the cat population, because there's so many strays across our mid-Michigan area. And you know, while we love these fur animals, we want to make sure that they're being taken care of. And when they're wandering throughout our communities, and they don't have that home to go, you know, it's really hard to be able to live that healthy life. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of that, whether, you know, talking with the shelter about adopting an animal or talking about their whole program on how they're able to kind of go about controlling that population a little bit more. So learn more coming up today on Mid-Michigan Matters on First at 4. And then coming up News 10 at 5 today, Justin Kent is on a story about the Michigan State Police putting a new campaign recognizing warning signs and taking action to report suspicious behavior are the key messages of the Michigan State Police's new public awareness campaign. So they're aimed at educating people on how to potentially stop a plot. So we're going to share more into the Stop a Plot campaign with Michigan State Police coming up News 10 at 5 with Justin Kent. And then News 10 at 5:30, a local coffee shop fell to a scam and lost a lot of money from someone who said that they were working with the Lansing Police Department. And it was a scam, so they were definitely not with the Lansing Police Department. So coming up News 10 at 5:30, Riley Connell is going to be sharing more into this investigation and into this scam. And then coming up News 10 at 6, Aaron Bowling is on a story about the Eaton County Corrections deputy who was arrested. So we're following a lead about Eaton County Corrections officer being arrested and charged with possession of child abusive material. Aaron Bowling is going to break down that investigation, gather more information from the Eaton County office, and speaking about the Eaton County Corrections officer. So again, leading to being arrested and charged with possession of child abusive material. And then something else going on News 10 at 6 today. Tanaya Jordan is on a story about Lansing art. So looking at a Lansing art project coming to the capital city, like the Detroit sign, and Lansing could get their very own. So you may have seen some things about that on social media. Pretty cool. And yeah, it would just be a great area to have in Lansing, kind of like they do in Detroit. It'd be kind of a new photo op for anyone stopping by across the area, which would be kind of cool. So make sure that you are checking out these stories coming up during our 90 minutes of news today. Something else that I want to mention, because we've kind of had this gloomier weather across mid-Michigan recently. So if you're feeling down with the weather, or maybe more severe, maybe there's something traumatic that you've experienced, whether that's you're grieving a loss, whether that's addiction to substance abuse, gambling, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, depression, stress. No matter what you're going through, know that you're not alone, and there are those mental health care professionals who are ready to assist you when you are ready to open up, be vulnerable, and share not only with yourself, but being open with someone else too. There are those resources that you can scan with your cell phone's camera, click on the link, and it'll bring you to our website, wilx.com, and you will see a list of resources that provide guidance throughout our mid-Michigan counties. So make sure that you're going to check that out. And then heading into July 4th at 11 a.m., so there will not be an 11 a.m. newscast, there will not be a 4 p.m. newscast on Independence Day, because instead we are airing our You're Not Alone special. And so that is going to be Thursday, July 4th, in place of News 10 Today at 11. So we're going to have this special running in place of that, and make sure that you're tuning in for all of that information. And then before we head out here, something else that I want to tease ahead to, which is happening tomorrow night. It is the first presidential debate ahead of the November election. This is between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. So a lot of key issues at hand here coming up to this election. And before even getting to the election, focusing in on tomorrow night. Again, the debate's happening at 9 p.m. You can watch that right here on WILX TV 10. And a lot of people are anticipating this to be a huge event that people are going to be looking in and tuning into this debate, because a lot of voters feel conflicted on who to vote for this November election. So the first presidential debate, which is happening tomorrow in Atlanta, Georgia, will have a lot of eyes focusing in to hear what the candidates have to say about these key issues. So again, make sure that you are tuning in tomorrow here on WILX TV 10 at 9 p.m. for more into the debate. Other than that, that is what we have coming up today on News 10, and then previewing what's coming up on News 10 as well. But you can always download the First Alert Weather app for more updates into your First Alert forecast. This was the forecast, the 10-day forecast that Cole Engle was showing you all when he was up here. He did a great job up here too. Shout out to Cole. But take a look at that 10-day forecast, because like he was mentioning, we're going to be on a little bit of a roller coaster in terms of going from the low 70s all the way up to the mid 80s throughout these next 10 days, and then watching out for potential rain showers and storms throughout the next 10 days as well. So you can always download the First Alert Weather app completely free off of Google Play and the Apple App Store. Just make sure you are checking that out to plan your day out accordingly. If you have any events going on outside, well, you would be able to be alerted to that and plan best accordingly to whatever is going on. Here is a live look at the Mason Skycam before we head off here on the News 10 Plus digital desk. Just want to get a few live looks for everybody. And then let me try to take you over to Delta Township real quick. We'll see what it's looking like over there. So this is Delta Township right now. And you were hearing Cole talk about the clouds moving out across of our area. So if we take you to downtown Jackson, you're going to see a lot of those clouds still hanging above in the sky. But again, Cole was mentioning later today, possibly around dinner time, that those clouds, and even within the next hour or so, it's going to start clearing out even more. So just make sure that you are checking that out. And then I'm going to take you to Michigan State University, because I see that Chris is joining us from East Lansing. Good afternoon, Chris. Hope you're having a great one. And I know Crystal is joining us too. Crystal, I can't remember if you're at home or wherever you are, but I hope you're having a great day. She says it's raining here. So, Crystal, if you could pinpoint exactly where you are, I could get a little bit more into that. But thank you for joining. Hope you're having a great day off. I know you're busy doing whatever you've got going on, so hopefully that's going well for you. And I'll take you to US 127 for a look at that if anyone's going to hit the roads later today. You're seeing more of those clouds up in the sky. Oh, she says she's in Holt. There you go. Okay, raining in Holt, according to Crystal. So there's your little other updated forecast for the whole area. But yes, make sure you're downloading the First Alert weather app for more updates into your First Alert forecast. And you're going to be getting things like your hour-by-hour temperatures. You're going to be getting radar, satellite to track all of the storms and rain chances in the forecast. Like Crystal was saying, there's some rain happening in Holt right now. So if you wanted to download the First Alert weather app, click on radar and you can actually track it out. Or if you want to go to WILX.com, let me pull that up for you right now so you can take a look at that. You'll be able to see what's happening on the radar. So let me switch that camera real quick. Here we go. This is what Darren had mentioned, and Colton's going to be updating it pretty soon here. If you click read more, you're going to see more of a description of what's happening across mid-Michigan. And then the almanac information providing the record highs and lows across the area. And something else I want to mention when you go to the website. You're seeing that right now it is selected for Lansing because WILX, our station, is located in South Lansing. But if you live in Jackson or you're in Holt like Crystal, know that you can edit this, enter your zip code. You're going to see a station locations Lansing. But if you enter in another zip code, you would get a more accurate forecast of what's happening. Something else, you can click on the current conditions, what's happening today, and then what is happening tonight. And then also with the today, let me go back to that. You see that the UV index is a high of 7. These are UV indexes that you can burn if you're outside for a certain period of time. And you want to make sure that you're wearing sunscreen. So I know coming up on Mid-Michigan Matters in the next, I believe it's the next week or two, we're actually bringing in a doctor or health expert to talk on the importance of wearing sunscreen in relation to skin cancer. But that's where you can go if you want to check the UV index. And then continuing to scroll down, you get your hourly, your 3-day, your 10-day, and your weekend forecast. And I'm going to keep scrolling down to the future radar, and we're going to see where those rain chances are popping up a little bit later today. But there you go, a little live look at that. Otherwise, Colton Sigaracki is going to have a more in-depth look and more accurate look at your forecast. You want to hear it from him, not from me. That's coming up Studio 10 at 3 o'clock today in just over half an hour, followed by First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news. Colton Sigaracki will be taking over for the rest of the day, so make sure to tune in and see him. You'll see Cole Engle back on News 10 today at 11. If you enjoyed having him, he'll be back this Friday. And for those who commented, said hello today, hello back to you. Hope you're having a great day, staying dry from those rain showers, possibly enjoying a good book, a nice movie or a show. But other than that, we hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining.